And good morning, good morning, good morning. So, welcome to the day 4 of top 10 life lessons from Bhagavad Gita. And today's question is a burning question. I actually, had these questions from my childhood. Continuously, why do good people always suffer? Something very interesting, exactly. Why do good people always suffer? This question, and Krishna gives a beautiful answer. And I, with my own experience and everything, created something today very unique, and we'll discuss about that in coming part. But what answer Krishna has given is was awesome. Diamond cannot be polished without friction. Gold cannot be purified without fire. Good people go through trials. With that experience, their life become better, not bitter. Make big sense, but there is a catch in between into that particular part. So here is asking about, then he's asked exactly कि why this experience will be uncomfortable. In these terms, Krishna told us, yes, in every term, experience is a hard teacher, and it gives you the first a problem, issue, and then the lessons later. So your test will be happen first. Test has to be given, and then you get a lesson. In your traditional system, which is now, we talk about lesson first and test afterwards. But here it is different. Test first and lesson afterwards. And that is called as a experiential learning or problem solving learning. And nowadays people talking about it into the everywhere. So this is what I guess the topic, traditional learning versus experiential learning. Now here Krishna is talking about the experiential learning. See what happened, only the good people or only the people who really played a big game, we have the big vision, big purpose, will be have the big problems also. That's what they told, correct? A person with a big heart has the big issues into the life. And this is very, very interesting, my dear friend. So there is a big difference between this one. I'm not going into this learning part, but there is something very important about lessons in the life. What is the difference between the marble, which is used as a tile, and marble, which is actually a beautiful sculpture? This story I told always exactly, there is a conversation between these two. Marble is same, they came from the same factory, they cut it immediately in the same way. But then afterwards comes the part that marble who become a beautiful statue idol actually went to so many hammers. And because of that one, that become a beautiful this one. That's what Krishna is talking about. So diamonds cannot be, without that hammering and the polishing and that cutting, it cannot become a diamond. Gold cannot be purified without you going to the burning experience. So this traditional learning, what happened exactly? You don't actually learn the things. See, the whole history. But what is the use of that history if you don't get a lesson from that one? You just mug up. Traditional learning is not what you just read the book. You read the whole book, but really telling honestly, it's not create any transformation in your life. That is called the traditional learning. Read a manual, watch a video, go to a seminar, or review a case studies. All things you done, but actually you just retention rate or the learning rate is only 5%. But when somebody put you into the play, like see, you may not remember so many books you read, but you remember if you played into like a one match or one sport or one activity you done, or maybe you go and deliver something which was you are out of control, means you are out of your comfort zone. Now that is the experiential learning. So you get a immersive experience like like a theme based challenges or mirror life exercise, or you are actually simulating the problem and you are working on that one. And in that one there is a 90% retention rate. That's why they told, if you want to learn something in your life and you want to do something big, please teach that things to the people. And this is a beautiful statement. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and maybe I remember. But involve me and I learn. Please understand. That's why I don't want to keep our this series also just like to give you the knowledge. That's why every point of time we are talking about the action point. So now coming to this button, this is only one action point today. See, then why we suffer? Suffering is a big term. Learning is another aspect. But why we suffer? This is the first question itself. So there is a beautiful statement by the Buddha: pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. But still, good people has to suffer in some or other way. But that suffering actually other people's felt. Telling honestly, if that person is mature enough, he will not suffer, because suffering is the optional part. Why? The root cause of suffering is the attachment. And when you have the attachment with something, that creates a big problem in your life. Yes, like suppose if I have the expectation, okay, now 200 people registered for this particular webinar, so now all 200 people should come. Oh, now only 20 came, 25 came, 20 came, 25 came. Why the people are not valuing? I'm giving free knowledge, I'm giving that one, and I'm attached for that one. No, 200 people come, 200 people come. Then that attachment will be called the lot of suffering. But here I'm perfectly fine, even there is no person. I'm perfectly fine. That's why, because there is no attachment. Please understand, this is not a simple thing. And this is the whole basis of the Vipassana, where they teach you how to detach with the even a very pleasurable experience or a very painful experience. Because in life you will get both. I tell you, in this whole world, there is not a single person who has only happiness, and there is not a single person who is a sad. Everything is changing. Only one thing is permanent in this world is the change. Only constant thing is the change. Change is the only constant state. Everything is changing, and that is only the truth. That is only the truth. Now something very interesting I want to share. See, from childhood I used to read Bhagavad Gita, like that 720 shlokas, like, and try to buy heart. And Raj Yoga we have to buy heart also. The Raj Yoga, the 18th adhyaya of the Bhagavad Gita, that's part. Even in my MS Yoga, it was a part of the daily chanting. But I really don't even understand the meaning. See, you can tell meaning is there written, maybe in Hindi, English, but that is not the meaning. Did you really understand that or not? And lot of people, actually, the one of the biggest misconcepted shloka from Bhagavad Gita is this one: Karmanne vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachanam. This shloka is the most wrongly interpreted shloka into whole Bhagavad Gita, whole world. People told, oh, you're talking about detachment. So should we not detach, like, so we should not expect our salary. So we should not expect the result. We should not expect this one. My dear friend, there is a law of nature. Whatever you sow, it has to grow. You want or you don't want. If you sow the seeds, and if the seeds is got sprouted, and like it's got the whatever the environment is required, it's definitely is going to create a tree. And that way the forest is created. You not went and created the forest. Human being not created the forest. Forest created by the nature. So nature has its law. Nature has a very simple law. What you sow, that will be reaped. So simple, my dear friend. But people want result first, and they want to contribute afterwards. See what this shloka is talking about, like a very important thing. It's talking about you. Please do your action with 100% commitment, without expectation. So even the result, what you expected don't come, you don't suffer, but you enjoy the each and every moment. Now, if I work for 30 days just to get my salary at the end of the month, and every day I'm thinking when the 31st will come, when the last day of the month will come, when the salary will be deposited, did you think that you will be enjoy that 30 days? And the salary came and you paid every bills and you enjoy for some time, you went to a hotel, you everything. But that is a pleasurable. Then again, after 1 week, all the money is over, and again you'll be start suffering for the next 3 weeks, similar manner. And this is the pattern everybody quotes. Please understand here, result is bound to come. If you saw the seed of the mango, mango will become. If you saw the seed of some poisonous poisonous tree only will become. So this is very simple law. So that's what is Krishna is telling. But did he have some control? Now even you are good or bad, gravitation force work for everybody. Honestly, like when I was creating this particular course and this particular part, I went to so much of reading, and it was a life transforming reading for me. I went to a beautiful story. There is a Mr. Swami. He's called himself is a Swami. He's written some books. I have around 6, 7 books also. He beautifully explained about why good people suffer. Means actually he has the book Why Good People Suffer itself. A big article I read. I don't have the book, but I read that big article. And here he gives the like that story of the what you can call that one, story of what is that one in the water, मगरमच्छ को इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं? मगरमच्छ, what is that मगरमच्छ? Anyone can just I just not getting that word. मगरमच्छ होता है ना, in the water. So this is a story of that मगरमच्छ and the boy. See this crocodile, sorry, crocodile. So this crocodile actually stuck into the one net, and now you start crying and everything, like all this part. And this crocodile actually asked for the help and actually cleared the tears and everything. Then one boy comes, and he actually initially told that, oh, no, if I try to help you, you will be eat me. Then crocodile told, no, 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 no. And then this boy, there is a big story, then this boy went against even his intelligence. He tried to escape that crocodile, and the moment crocodile's mouth come out of the that net, he immediately catch the leg. Then actually, there is a conversation between this crocodile and the boy. And the boy told that you are cheating me now. Why you are doing? Then crocodile tell him that, see, now I am hungry from so many days, and I don't have other choice, and I have to eat. And this is religious, and this one. Then there is a beautiful story about donkey, and then there is a story of the dog. Then there is story of the rabbit, and then how this boy saved, and then that rabbit is killed by his own dog, and he's explained why good people suffers. So you are good or you are bad, no issue. If you take the jump from this 10th floor, how much good you've done, you're going to fall down, you're going to die. Not matter. The law of Srushti works there exactly. But what I'm talking to tell you, the suffering is optional if there is no attachment. In our life, what happened? We always think about the result first. We always think about the result first, and then we take the action. And this is what something is happened. So if you understand the meaning of this particular shloka, let not the fruit of action be the like a motive for acting. Let there not be any attachment to inaction. A very deep shloka, and I'll tell you, when this analysis is happening, maybe I understand first time. One first meaning of this shloka I understand in the Vipassana session where Goenkaji explained, and maybe the second time where it's like give me the aha moment. Aha moment. So this is what like people think, oh, फल की अपेक्षा मत करो, do your job, do your task, and फल की अपेक्षा. My dear friend, if you do good, good has to come to you. If you do bad, bad has to come to you. So please remember, this is something very beautiful. So take the call to action. One thing, when you're doing something, give your 100%. Forget about the fruit. Fruit is bound to come, my dear friend. And again, it is depends on the karma, what karma you are doing. But now in this moment, if you are 100% with your action, you will be enjoy the action. This is the beauty. So friend, please understand, this is what is exactly game changer. And you need to understand the whole Vipassana is just this one, nothing else. Whole meditation, whole spirituality is this one. Whole spirituality is about this one. Suffering is because of attachment. Attachment is because of all the issues in our life. Physical, mental, spiritual. It's not that you don't enjoy the life. People always take it wrong. You do your action with 100% and leave the result to the universe. And whatever you saw, it will be reap. So thank you guys. So thank you. Wish you all the best. But just think on this one. And can you do things in your life without attachment? Without attachment. I maybe can talk a lot, maybe 4 5 hours on this particular only one topic because it's like such a deep and vast topic. But just find out where you really stuck into your life because of the attachment. We have a lot of attachment to our family. We have a lot of attachment to a lot of things, and that's actually creates a lot of issues in our life. Somebody don't want to take action. Somebody even don't want to take a promotion in their life because they have so much of attachment to their family. Sometimes, see, they love and attachment has a big difference. Anyway, so thank you guys. I should stop here because 15 minutes what I promised max. So thank you very much. God bless you all. Love you all. Please do that one. Please understand, ponder on this one. Just take a pen and pencil and find out in your life you are doing with attachment or you are doing without attachment. And best medicine, if you really want to keep your heads cool, is to do without the attachment. So be blessed. Thank you everyone. God bless all of you. Thank you very much.